2, 3, let's ride. Hi guys, it's Mandy from MandyleePlays, and in this video I'm going to do a worth to buy. And in this video I'm going to do a worth to buy for Pokémon Sword. This is a long-awaited game, the first mainline Pokemon game for an actual console. So is it worth the buy? I'll tell you that soon. Alright, so Pokémon Sword Shield has to be one of the most controversial Pokemon games, but I am a person of my word, so I'm going to leave all the controversies outside this review and just review it on its own merits and what I think about it as its own Pokemon game. So that was a little disclaimer, now on to the review. With Sword and Shield, we have entered the 8th generation of Pokemon. That's a lot of Pokemon, but not in the game. Alright, now on to the story. And I'm gonna be upfront, the story kind of sucks. So your game starts off with Chairman Rose introducing you to the Galar region, the Pokemon, all the hype, the Dynamaxing and stuff, which is cool. I thought it was a different entry from the previous ones where the professors just say stuff. This one was more kind of a sport, something hype to be about, and not really, you know, scientific because the professors. And the Galar region is based off the UK or Great Britain, whichever one you all call it. So the story starts in your hometown and your rival Hop is excited to meet his brother Leon. Now Leon is the champion. He is #1 and he seems cool. And another thing that's new in this game is Leon gives us our starters, not the professor. So we got Grookey, Sobble, and Scorbunny. And that's when you finally meet the professor, Professor Magnolia, and she tells you about the Dynamaxing and the wish rocks that come out of the sky. So Professor Magnolia pretty much wants to retire, so she leaves most of the work to her granddaughter and intern, Sonia. And I like Sonia, she's cool, she's happening, I like her. And she's on a quest to research the mystical heroes of Galar and, you know, the whole Dynamaxing phenomenon thingy. So that sounds exciting, but most of the story in this game happens in the background. Like, I kid you not, Sonia, Leon, Magnolia, they do all the story stuff. You're just going to each gym and getting the badge, which when I was young that might be cool, but now I want kind of story and stuff, and everyone's just like, leave it to me, it's okay, the adults handle this. That results in most of the story happening in the background while you're defeating gyms and stuff, which is fine, but there's so much potential to do a well-written story, and they missed it. Like, come on, and like figure out what's going kaboom over there, not just Leon or Sonia. I want to go and investigate, but you know, that ain't my job, I guess. And on your adventure, you meet more rivals like Bede, I call him Bede, the guy with the white hair, and Marine and her Team Yell goons. Now Team Yell, I feel like Game Freak is trying to tell us something, and I think everybody will agree that that game needed voice acting. Oh my gosh, they were halfway there. Their lips were syncing, but there was no audio. It felt like I was missing an input in something, and I felt like something should have been there. Especially in the beginning when Chairman Rose was telling us about Galar. It was so awkward because everybody was hearing him, but we had to read the text. And it's a very weird feeling, especially nowadays. Voice acting is easy to get. I don't know, they missed the mark on that one. And there's also a scene in the game where a person was singing. They were singing, but you couldn't hear anything. It's the most awkward thing ever. So yeah, voice acting could have made the game a little bit more polished in some areas. And like I said, it doesn't have to be the whole game, just important scenes. So I thought they could have done more with the story, fleshed out the characters, especially because they're really cool characters, and went into more lore with the Galar region and stuff like that. And that really disappoints me. I was so looking forward to at least the story in Pokemon Sword and Shield to be at least captivating, but no. Alright, so what's arguably the most important part of Pokemon, and that is the gameplay. So the gameplay in Pokemon Sword and Shield is a lot like the gameplay in every other Pokemon. That's pretty much it. No, I'm just playing. So while it does have the traditional Pokemon style, it does introduce certain elements like Dynamaxing, Gigantamaxing, which I thought they were the same, but no, they're different. That's kind of the gimmick of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, I don't really understand how Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing works. I only use it for gym battles and for raids. So basically, your Pokemon becomes huge, and it gets a boost in stats, and it has this Mega Attack, which could boost a lot of damage. And Gigantamaxing is more of a rare form of Dynamaxing, and it usually changes their appearance, not only the size. And on top of that, we have 81 new Pokemon to the roster. And the next big thing that was added on to Pokemon Sword and Shield were raids. And raids are battles you find around the wild area. And what they are is essentially you and a team. It could be your friends or it could be random people. And you all work together to defeat the Dynamax Pokemon in front of you. And the difficulty ranges from 1 star to 5 stars. And you get certain prizes with them like EXP candy, other rare items that you might not get. And they offer somewhat of a challenge to people who are looking for a challenge, especially 5-star raids. And that takes me to the wild areas. Now the wild areas are funny because Pokemon, and a lot of them, pop in and out. Some of them are stronger, others are weaker. You don't know which is which, and they can mob you, whatever. It's just a good time. Now, if you put it online, the frame rate dips a lot because you have people coming in, putting their camps, the weather, the freaking Pokemon. It's a lot. So what I like to do is to turn off the online mode to go through the wild areas if I can, because it makes for a smoother experience. Now there's a lot of Pokemon you could capture. So basically the wild areas is like a Safari Zone meets an MMO, and it's a good way to have your friends visit your camps or vice versa, or to have raids with your friends. And lastly, there's a lot of quality of life changes into the game. They made the menu so aesthetically simple and clean, which I love. There's not a lot of garbage in the way, it's the point. And they made the UI while you're battling so seamless to catch Pokemon without going to your bag. And last thing, the customization is amazing. I love to dress up my avatar, see what works and doesn't, make it look cute, and to customize my league card. Now the league cards is something I really like as somebody who collects a lot of Pokemon cards. I love the whole card aspect, and I wish I could print mine out, have it in a physical form when I finish. That would be cute. But yeah, you could customize your own league card. It has all your info and you could share it with friends. And you also get league cards from the people in the game that tells you a little bit about their story. So like I said in the beginning, I was very critical about Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I still am to some extent. And there is stuff that needs to be fixed, tweaked, done to make it look more polished and just an overall better game. But I find myself having a lot of fun with it too, because while the game is a flawed game, it's still a really enjoyable game. So I find myself enjoying it a lot for what it is, and hopefully the next Pokemon game builds upon that into something better. So is it worth the buy? Yes, it is worth the buy. I still feel like it's worth the go, especially if you're a Pokemon fan. Give it a try. Alright, with all that being said, if you liked the video, please hit that like button. And if you enjoy my content and would love to see more, please smash that subscribe button. Road to 2K by the end of the year, hopefully. You can follow me on Twitter @MandyleePlays. I hope you guys have a beautiful day and play a good game. Bye!